call themselves the itchy trigger finger niggas.
Itchy what?
The itchy trigger finger niggas.
Hi there, Pricie here with another HD Battlefield 3 broadcast. Today we're on Operation Firestorm. I'm going to be rolling the Abrams main battle tank. I've got a few of my friends and squad mates in the game as usual. I think Dark Passage is up in the chopper at the moment. I'm down in the tank. We've got a couple of guys running around on the ground. So a nice mixture. This isn't a particularly high scoring round. I only go 13 and 0 in this round, but anyone that's played Operation Firestorm on the console will know it's never a particularly busy map at the best of times. Having just 12 players a team on a map that is pretty large, you don't tend to bump into people too much, and normally the people that you do bump into will be in some sort of vehicle, like this gentleman over here that you can see who's landed the transport helicopter on the roof in full view of my tank, so we'll have a few shells at him and I'll get the vehicle destroyed, and then all of a sudden afterwards I get a nice little kill at the end there, so I guess he must have dived prone a little bit close to the exploding wreckage of that helicopter. And anyway, as I was saying, now just moving down to the B flag, even though it's not a particularly high scoring round this one, there's a lot of objective play, and I really wanted to highlight that this game. I'm constantly rolling around between the different flags, doing my thing, basically trying to be the best heavy armour support for my team that I can. Any major threats coming my way, sort of ground based vehicles, tanks and jeeps, I'm doing my best to take out on behalf of my team before they become too much of a hindrance. And likewise, if I get the opportunity to have a go at any sort of passing enemy aircraft, as you know from probably some of my previous videos, I am a little bit partial to shooting down passing choppers with a tank. It puts a little smile on my face. So anyway, as I say, we've just finished capturing the B flag now, so I'm rolling down, just heading slowly towards the C flag, taking a sort of a position out on the far left where I can keep an eye on anything that might be trying to flank round us. As you can see, we roll into C here and we're quite heavily armoured at the moment. There seems to be 3 tanks here, so wouldn't want to come running in and sort of messing with this crew at the moment, but these 2 gentlemen obviously didn't get that memo, and one of them gets direct impacted as soon as I get sight of him, and his gentleman friend runs into the building here. I fire a couple of shots into the building. Initially I thought he'd run into the building, but then you see he'd run up on the roof, so I aim up a shot through the doorway and blow out the back wall to splash damage him on the roof, and that gets the kill there. I fire another shot just in case to make sure there was nobody else that had spawned on him, but once I see a few of my teammates had started to run into the building to clear out any sort of lingering infantry, I decided to stop firing, because obviously the last thing I wanted to do was bring the building down on some of my teammates, let alone some of my friends. So anyway, we've got 2 out of the 3 flags at the moment. I've just realised we're missing a flag, so I'm just turning around to get that. I've noticed this gentleman here, and Pricie says, do a front flip. There we go. There we go. That'll teach you for trying to sneak up and C4 my tank. Although, to be honest, he was quite a brave gentleman trying to sneak up on 3 battle tanks on his own. But unfortunately for him, that didn't really work out for him. So me and this other tank are now heading back to B. Just got rid of that little engineer there who was trying to spam some rockets at people. I think the other tank took care of him. We're just moving back into B to capture the flag. As I say, it was one of those games where there was a lot of operational, objective-based work in it, and that's really why I wanted to highlight it, because for me, Battlefield's not always about getting a massive KD ratio, you know. It's always nice when you go sort of 40 and 0, but you know, there's no point, I think, going 40 and 0 on a level where you end up getting 4 capped and lose the round. For me, winning the round is more important, but I suppose that comes from the more competitive style of gameplay that I've been privileged enough to take part in via such fan-based websites as Game Battles, etc. I'd recommend to anyone out there who hasn't got involved in sort of team or clan-based warfare on various online games, to try and have a look and get involved if you can. There's plenty of clans out there that are looking for good members. It's basically, if you're looking for that next step of a challenge, if you've been playing pub games and you're a little bit sick of basically one side being a complete spawn rape to the other side, which is what normally turns out in a standard game of Battlefield. And team and clan based warfare can be a real good thing to do, because it puts you theoretically sort of stacked up with a team that is of at least a comparative skill level to your own. So it's a sort of a 50-50 game, and it's a lot more exciting. There's a lot more flag play, there's a lot more squad and team play, and it really just sort of knits you all together. It's something definitely worth looking into. Probably a little bit pointless for me to say this at the moment, with obviously the fact that there is no private server support for at least the console versions of Battlefield 3. I'm pretty sure the PC guys out there can host their own dedicated servers, so I'm sure those guys will be alright for doing clan games. But hopefully, DICE, please, for the love of God, if you do watch my videos and you're listening, please sort out private servers for us, because we'd really like to play your game competitively. And as you can see, this chopper, I was aiming him up as he went to go over me, and I was expecting him to go a little bit further over in his turn, and as I let one rip, and it just misses him by a smidge, but I lock on a guided, and just as he turns I let go another free aim shot, and they both hit him at the same time, which was absolutely lovely, combined with what looked like a guided missile from a passing jet. So that transport helicopter got absolutely clobbered. And just dealt with another heavy armour asset that was rolling out of their base, make sure that didn't get too far up the field to cause any problems, shoot any of our armoured assets in the back. Just rolling back up the road now towards A, because we realised that they'd managed to sneak past us, probably on one side, probably on the left hand side, took a jeep or took a helicopter, and managed to secure A and also secured B. So I thought I'd reverse all the way back up to A and see if we can make a start getting those flags again. Now I see this chopper coming in, I take a nice careful aim at him, and I let one go, but he just dips away from me at that last second as the shell goes. But what the free aim misses, the guided cleans up, or at least hopefully that's the case anyway, when the guided shells actually do make contact with what it is that they're locked onto, which that seems to be witchcraft to me, guided shells in this. I've seen them do loop-the-loops around things, I've seen them do like ducks and dives and W patterns and weave S's, and I've even seen them completely go after something totally different. So it is literally like rolling a dice, thanks to dice in this game. So perhaps that's what dice means. You roll a dice, and you never know what's going to happen in Battlefield. And this gentleman was trying to lurk behind the wall here, but it wasn't my no-clip wall hacks there that revealed him to me. It's the fact he popped up on the mini-map for just a brief second a little while ago, and I see his red triangle, so I knew he was in that part of the building. It was just really a decision of whether or not he was upstairs or downstairs. So after a little bit more sort of thinking, I realised he was downstairs, popped a shell in there, and managed to get him in one hit, which was nice. Now I was going to take a little shot at this transport helicopter coming up, but it was a little bit too high, and I see our attack helicopter was making a beeline for him, so I wasn't too worried. I just lit him up again to make sure he stayed on everybody's mini maps, and then carried on about my way, pushed back towards C. As you can see, just rolling down towards C. I have a little shot of that gentleman now, but he's gone to ground behind this truck. So dark passenger, he's out, he runs around and intercepts. We sort of sandwiching one from either side. There's no getaway there. He looks after that. As I was mentioning in one of my earlier commentaries, you probably see it. Battlefield is a real squad-based game. You know, if you're a tank driver, or a jet pilot, or a heli pilot, it doesn't matter. You've got to work with your infantry squads and be in communication with your team at all times, really. And yeah, it's not hard. It's not easy to be in constant communication with your team a lot of the time. Obviously you can't be in a party with absolutely everyone that you're playing with, but at the very least what you can do is push that back button, or push that select button on the PS3, or I'm not sure what button it is on the PC, but you can always push those buttons, light that target up for the rest of your team, and that's the next best thing that you can do, instead of saying, look guys, there's a person over here, can you give us a hand? I mean, that's the best you're going to do. So always push that back button and light those enemies up. It's a massive help. It's really got to be done. While we're on the subject of good squad play, you can see we're out repairing my tank now. Pete was there helping me repair as well, to get that repaired up double quick. If you're an engineer, it is your job in Battlefield to repair vehicles. So don't be shy, you've got a repair tool, use it. If there's a vehicle that's on fire and your teammate needs a bit of help, doesn't take 5 seconds just to pull out your repair tool and run up and give his vehicle a couple of blasts from your blowtorch and give him a hand. Likewise, if you're an assault player or a support player, you've got those defibs and you've got those ammo boxes and health boxes for a reason. Chuck them down everywhere. Chuck them down everywhere. Just literally every 5 seconds. As soon as they're reloaded, throw them down again. Because, you know, people will find them sooner or later and there's no harm done. I mean, even if you need one yourself to recharge your own ammo or recharge your own health a little bit later, they recycle in about every 5 to 10 seconds. So you can just throw another one down if you need one. But all the time that it's down on the ground elsewhere, people will make a beeline for it if they need a bit of health or if they need some bullets, and you'll earn points as well. So always play the squad place game. It's what Battlefield's about. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the commentary. I've got a little bonus clip lined up for you. It's nothing amazingly spectacular, but it is quite funny. You've probably seen it all before, but this is Battlefield and the physics engine does allow you to do some pretty interesting things sometimes. And let's be honest, everybody enjoys a ragdoll. So I've got a few clips of some interesting people flying around the place, including one particularly sweet one of one of those really annoying snipers that gets on an MAV and gets up onto Tehran Highway. So anyway, hope you enjoy it. Speak to you next time. See you later. Bye bye.
Derp 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 derp